Alrighty, guys, real quick. I got some good news and some bad news. Now, the good news is for me, yeah, that is I get to get my stall back. That's right, guys. This thing been on my stall for at least a month. I know. So remember this the van that overheated badly and had the blown head gasket symptoms. Okay, yeah. Remember the heater hoses broke, and the owner or somebody kept driving, okay, until they finally cooked it. Well, just so happened he had a warranty, okay, pretty good warranty if you ask me. However, there's a clause to this. Now, that was the good news. Remember, I said I had good news and some bad news. The bad news is for him. Yeah, the good news is I get my stall back. The bad news is, they denied. I wait a minute. Let me take that back. They didn't technically. Well, technically they denied it, but it was for a reason. Okay, now you be the judge on whether this is a good reason or not. And I'm gonna tell you, we sent in all the information. I was told to tear it down. I got 6 hours to tear it down to the point of failure. This thing is cooked. The head is cooked. The gasket is right here. Blown head gasket symptoms. Anything plastic that was touching this engine melted because it got that hot. You can't just keep driving your freaking car with no coolant in it. When I got in this car, it was coolant all down there. So obviously they kept driving. In fact, they drove so much to the point where I showed y'all this a couple times already. Yeah, you see this? It's the intake manifold off of it. See that? Ladies and gentlemen, this is plastic. This is the head that come off that van. Ladies and gentlemen, this is aluminum. Ladies and gentlemen, when this aluminum get extremely hot, whatever's attached to it, such as this, that's how this intake go. Guess what? It's gonna melt. Now, yes, anything attached to it is gonna melt. Even the freaking valve cover is plastic and it sits on top of it. If this is cooking scorching hot, the valve cover is gonna melt. So, guess what my estimate included? That's right, you guessed it. A whole complete freaking engine with the valve cover gaskets, the front timing cover, everything. Now, ooh, wow. When you get a long block, ooh, boy, that's ugly. When you get a long block, it's going to come with everything except, it's going to come complete in time, the valve train all put together, just not going to have valve covers, oil pan, and all that stuff. That has to be transferred. But the parts that I can't transfer or I refuse to gamble on transferring, it has to be included in the estimate. And guess what? The estimate got up there, okay, between the long block engine and the accessories that I need, okay, the hoses and all that. I don't need head gaskets. The long block gonna come with head gasket, and the cooler's gonna come with the long block, so it's gonna come already timed. So there wasn't nothing extra. Yeah, you probably, guys, when you're riding around in car overheating, you gotta understand that's high pressure. That high pressure could have affected the radiator. I had to include. I had no choice. I had to include all of that in there. And guess what? The estimate kept going up, 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 up. And guess what? Yes. Even though powertrain is covered under his warranty, guess what? The estimate exceeded, get this, the value of the freaking car. I can't remember what year this is, but it's a nice looking Caravan. However, they came to the conclusion that it's simply not worth putting all my complete estimate into this thing. So you know what? That could be considered good news for him because they're going to cut him a check. I guess the Kelly Blue Book value, whatever that is for this vehicle, they're going to cut him a check. And from there, it's up to him to decide how he want to handle this. In other words, they're buying the car from him. They releasing all responsibility of this thing. Yeah, they don't even want the car. They're like, it's just here's your buyout clause. I guess you can call it that. Somebody give me the correct terminology I'm trying to say because I don't know. All right, I'm not really in the insurance market, and I don't know how that work. I do know if a repair estimate exceeds the value of the vehicle, they much rather, because think about it. If they commit to be putting the engine in it, the warranty's gonna still exist. Yeah, his warranty will continue. So it may be cheaper for that company to, I'm out, just bail. All right, so that is technically what happened. They bailed. Now, I was told there's a slight, slim chance that he still wanted fixed anyway. From my understanding, he loved this thing. I don't know if he used it for Uber and Lyft. I don't know what he did, but he loved this thing to the point where, depending on how much his check is, he might consider getting it fixed. Okay, and you know what's crazy? They asked me, "Can you save the engine? Can you just put a head gasket on here and put the head on?" No, bro, no, it don't work like that. That overheating didn't just affect bank two, this front head. That overheating affect this whole complete engine is garbage. It has expanded, retracted, expanded, retracted. The whole engine is. I can't. I'm not going. Don't come bringing me no damn head gasket. Just put a head gasket on it, put the head on it, and give it back to the customer. No, I'm not even putting this back together. Tear down time, I get paid for tearing it down. You want it back together? Now, mind you, it ran coming in. But when you become committed or obligated for me to tear it down, that's the end of the road if it's not going to go back together. Because think about it this way. If you approve or ask me to tear it down, and I know without a shadow of a doubt the problem is the engine, that's it. This vehicle with this engine in it will never run again. So I've been reckless. I don't know. Some of this stuff is lost. I've seen a couple of mechanics come over here and take, I need one of these. It just so I'm already under the impression it'll never run again because it won't. Not in this state unless I get a whole new engine. But yeah, people come robbing parts off of it and all kinds of crazy stuff. Yeah, this thing is cooked, man. Yeah, it was shaking a minute ago. Oh yeah, it is damn cooked. So, what do y'all think? Was that good news or bad news for the customer? Again, I don't know what the amount is. I don't know. Anybody want to take a stab? Kelly Blue Book value of a 2016 maybe Caravan is over 100,000 miles. I don't know how much more over, but was it cheaper for that company to just buy the vehicle out as opposed to letting me put an engine in? Now, I'm going to say this, and I could get in trouble for this, but this customer dodged a bullet. I'm going to say this, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. He shouldn't have gotten nothing. Guys, this is not a Chrysler Dodge engine problem. I see y'all in the comments all the time blaming stuff like the intake manifold for this problem. Well, if it was aluminum, it would have absorbed more heat, and that probably wouldn't have happened. Let me say this again. Even if this was made of aluminum and the engine is overheating, if the aluminum intake was sitting on here, it would simply warp. No, it's not going to melt because it's not plastic, but it will warp. That damn plastic ass cooler over there on this car, y'all keep bragging on, well, if it was Derman, it never would have. If this was a Derman and the customer cooked his engine, guess what? That Derman cooler would have simply warped, rendering it useless at that point. So yeah, y'all quick to blame car makers for stuff. This was a terrible car owner. I mean, he neglect. This had got nothing to do with the car maker. Oh my goodness. Okay, neglect is neglect. All right. Yeah, it is. Okay, it's got cooler temperature hands on every car in the United States. When it start creeping to the H, that means something. That means stop. Not, I'm almost home. Come on, please, I'm almost there. In the meantime, your engine cooking. Unless it's an emergency, I get it. All right, I'm talking too much. Guys, like I say, the good news, I get my stall back. The bad news is they're not going to fix this car. But the good news to that is they're going to buy him out. Okay. All right, guys, after saying all of that, got all that in, they came down here, did their final look over, and guess what? They bought the guy out. Yeah, all right. It is, in their eyes, it is extremely not worth it, okay? The price of the engine and everything like I said earlier, everything I estimated, because I need all of that. I need a radiator. I need those heater hoses. That became too much for them, all right? Yeah, and that exceeded the value of the vehicle. So we, in essence, totaled the vehicle. Not we can't help it. He have these problems. All right, this problem was brought on by himself. Okay, so yeah, He got lucky for this to still be warranted. They could have easily said, no, man, you neglected this. This don't just happen, okay? Yeah, these head gaskets will leak, but they don't naturally blow. These are MLS, multi-layer steel gaskets. All right, I said all that to say this. I can finally get this damn thing out of my stall. I have to caution myself because the guy loved his van. From what I understand, he may take that $7,500, $7,400, whatever that check was, and apply it to this repair. Okay, they bought him out. All right, I don't know what numbers they crunched up or whatever, and they might have. I don't think this complete repair cost that much, but the warranty would still be active if the warranty company commit to repairing this. Right, and they don't. Who knows what can happen after that? So they just wanted to wipe their hand clean and get out of it, and just paid him the book value of the vehicle. I don't know what Kelly Blue Book said this thing is worth. However, that's not my problem. That's not my concern. My concern is getting my stall back. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna give it 2 more days because, like I said, he might be pricing out a used engine. Can I fix this one? No, I'm not gonna even attempt to get a head gasket, put it on here. No. I need a freaking engine. This engine is cooked. I don't know if y'all ever smelled the aroma of a cooked engine. Yeah, it gives off a weird, crazy, it gives, yeah, that you can't get rid of. It's embedded into the engine. When you smell that, that's a wrap, guys. Don't try to fix this stuff. You can't send this out to the machine shop, that head out to the machine shop and expect them to work miracles. Let it go. Let it go. All right. I said all that to say this. I'm going to give it 2 more days. I got to go, guys. That's all I have. Thanks for watching.